All right, well, just everyone relax, okay? We're in a different situation. We're between two ferns. We're not
or
as funny.
two houseplants.
Yeah, between two houseplants. Welcome back. My name is Rowan Cook. I make coffee on the internet like a loser.
And my name is Ben Bicknell. I judge people who make coffee, but only at competitions. I sometimes judge Rowan when he makes
judges
coffee.
me a lot. And together we are
It's Just Coffee.
The podcast for people who know it's never just coffee.
That's right. And today we have one of the wildest operators in coffee, so wild, joining us here from one of our most popular episodes yet. This is Chris Maybury from Beta Coffee is back.
Yeah,
So good to be back home.
It's so good to have you here. Now, last time we spoke, you were just about to open one of the most experimental cafes in Australia. Pre-batched espresso on tap, automation everywhere, basically just one big test. Now, 6 months later, we're going to find out, did it actually work? Which is a great question. Is pre-batched espresso the future? And is this the new model for cafes or maybe not? We're going to find all that out more with Chris Maybury. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Today's episode is sponsored by our friends over at Marco Beverage Systems.
I tell you what, baristas get slammed behind the bar day in, day out. I think they're the unsung heroes of the industry.
And Marco is quietly trying to remove some of their daily slog.
The Milk Pal is built for busy bars. You simply press a button, you got hot milk, hot foam, cold foam, textured to perfection.
It's definitely a lot of options. They can do dairy and oat milk as well, whatever you're working with. You just press the button, select the exact texture and the volume.
And then, because you can select the volume, you're not tipping out milk down the sink, wasting money, and baristas aren't glued to the steam wand all day.
If it sounds like the Milk Pal could help you, go visit marcobeveragesystems.com and learn a little bit more.
So good to have you here.
Yeah, it's good. And this is the first time I've actually been on the pod with you.
What a treat.
It needed to happen, otherwise it's going to get awkward.
We're here. We've got like some unsolicited advertising. We're in the Bean Scene podcast booth
If you're looking for brand ambassadors, Bean
the
Scene.
Melbourne International Coffee Expo. It's the only way we could get Chris down here to see us.
Yeah, we had to throw an expo for him and then he'd come down. But Chris, it's in the name, Beta Coffee. You kind of said it was a test.
Yep.
You were throwing a lot against the wall. Has that been a successful test?
Well, look, like any test, there have been things that have worked and so many things that have not worked. But it's been fun. That's the joy of it. We just get to, like, there are no rules anymore. The only rule at Beta is it has to be yummy at the end. And then anything else goes. So we're just like, what if we did this with this and tried this with that? And I don't know, let's try. It's like we're just little kids in a little playground. It's so fun.
Are you getting a lot of yummy?
It's so much yummy. So much yummy.
So success. Yummy equals success.
That's
I like
right.
it.
Yeah.
And I have to say congratulations because you were just ranked the number 13 cafe in the world after only being open for like 6 months. What was your reaction to that?
I couldn't believe it. Just super honored, super humbled. It's wild. Yep.
Did it make an impact on the business? Did it change anything for you?
Just a little. Look, it definitely impacted our day-to-day life. It didn't impact the vision of the business at all. We're just keep doing what we're doing. But like, I got a confession to make. I am not a great business operator or business person or business anything. I've just started and run this cafe on vibes. Not recommended.
Yeah.
But it worked well. We were small and starting, and it was easy enough. But after we hit 13th in the world, our sales just doubled. And
wow.
all of our systems that ran on vibes broke. I'm so sorry, staff. I'm so sorry.
Promotion kills vibe.
So the vibes are still good in the shop. It just, our systems broke. So luckily now we have some team members that are actually like smart. And so we've got people who are helping me organize systems. And
that's all you need. As long as you have someone to help you there. You run the vibes, they run the business.
I feel bad because it's my business. So I should be.
Vibes is it. Now, there's been a lot of controversy on the internet at the moment around pre-batched espresso. For those that have been living under a rock, this is the basic idea that not the old myth of your shot dies in 60 seconds. You can pull your shot of espresso, keep it in a like airtight container or store it. And then off tap, you can just pull that pre-batch espresso, pour steamed milk in it, and you're good to go. Now, I would say that you were one of the main voices in Australia, if not the world, kind of pushing this idea of pre-batched espresso. How has it gone?
Oh, it's been incredible. This has been our most successful experiment. I knew in theory it would work. I just didn't know if it would work on scale. Because I'd been secretly saving little cups of espresso under my former employer's espresso machine for busy times, and just like I have 20 cups just kind of secretly stashed under there. Sorry, Sam. But we just pull them out during busy seasons, and so I knew that it tasted good, but like, would it work on scale, and would it work with like newer equipment that I hadn't tried before, like the Eversys Legacy? This machine has saved our buns. Like, it is working, making espresso, churning it out during shop hours while we do everything else. So it is just like this extra employee that doesn't take super,
It was $60,000 or 70, but that's for 1 year. You've got it now.
It was $21,000.
21.
An employee is $60,000 or $70,000.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a game changer. It's a no-brainer, in my opinion.
So when I came in and saw you, you were playing around with the Eversys in other ways. Is it now just fully a pre-batched workhorse?
No. So the beauty of the Eversys is, at least the Legacy, has 3 different chambers.
Yeah.
So one is main chamber, it's the workhorse. It's just pulling our house espresso every day. And then the other 2 chambers are for rotating single origins. So we are just throwing anything in there by the bag. So like, we have so many coffees coming in every week from roasters like Hydrangea and Tanat and Moonwake, and just so too many to name. I love you all.
Your retail shelf is
our retail
crazy.
shelf is crazy. But so we'll just take a bag, and it doesn't matter if it's like this Panama, Jansen reserve lot, whatever. Let's throw it in, and we just throw it in, and we just try, and it's been miraculous. Now, granted, this is preference based. So I like a sweet, clean espresso. I don't prefer a punchy, astringent, kind of traditional thick body. And so the Eversys is pulling some of the best espresso to my preference I've ever had.
Well, I think this is the thing that we need to talk about, because I think the hard thing that the general public or people are going to struggle with is changing the perception of what espresso means.
Yep.
And with your idea of doing it as a test, when I came in, you were dialing in the shots, not to a number, a ratio, whatever it was. You were putting in the beans, pulling the shot and going, tasting it, and then going, no, bring the temp down. No, move this. No, dose up. You were just live time, not looking at a machine, just telling someone else, one of your staff, to make adjustments based on what you were tasting.
Yeah.
I think we ended up pulling a shot. Was it at like 70 degrees or something? I don't know.
I think that shot, if to memory, was like 63 degrees.
63 degrees.
Yep.
So it's completely changing the perception of what espresso is or how it's made. And if you were to have it, you might say this isn't espresso from your traditional.
Sure.
But you taste it and you go, this is delicious.
It's so yummy. And like, I've heard some people kind of talk about like modern espresso. And so this could, I don't know what defines that category, but this could be in that category. I was just at Morrow Coffee with Jay Kim, and he's got this fancy espresso machine that pulls it at like room temperature. And it's so clean, so sweet. Is it that, and he compared it to a traditional shot, which was like bigger body, but like more roasty. And so I think that there's this movement towards modern espresso. And is it for everyone? No, and that's okay. But I think it's for the majority of the people, because almost everyone at the shop loves it. So it's been really special.
And we derail a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, pre-batch.
No.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, because I'm sure so many people out there are interested in this. What were the challenges along the way with doing pre-batch espresso, and what have you learned?
Yep. So pre-batch espresso, I think one of the things that the unknowns was like, we're doing now large scale. What vessels do we put it in? And does straining it make a difference? Does leaving it to the next day make a difference? And does keeping it in an air pot so it remains like warmer? Or do we just kind of put it in a glass jar so it just put it right in the fridge? Like, we've tried all these different things. I've got some bad news. It's all yummy.
It all works.
It all works. It's so crazy. Like, yeah, it tastes different, for sure, but it's all good. Like, I think I've just found like there really truly isn't one way to do something. There's so many ways, and just like do what system works best for you, and it's probably going to be yummy. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a question here for people who are listening who haven't entered into this world of pre-batch but want to kind of dabble. Okay, so you've got 2 stages. Let's talk about like first stage. Someone who's in a cafe, they've never tried pre-batching. What kind of experiments should they run?
Literally just start with side-by-sides. It's the best way. Just pull a fresh shot or pull a shot, kind of leave it under the counter or wherever you want to leave it for.
In a fridge?
Leave one on the counter, leave one in the fridge, and then at the end of the day, collect those, pull a fresh shot next to it, and just do a side-by-side.
Okay, so one day, one shift, pull one in the morning, pull one in the afternoon, fresh versus 8-hour-old.
That's right.
Something
so
like
try
that.
it yourself, and maybe pull a couple so you can do one black, just on its own, one with milk, and just kind of see the difference.
I think that's a really important point as well for the practical application of this is like, it could be really functional from a workflow point of view for milk beverages in particular. Okay, and then so that's just like having a taste. People are like checking out, what do we do pre-batch?
Yeah.
What about implementing it in the cafe? If you don't have yourself a fancy ye-old Eversys to crank it out, are there any tips on workflow or system or equipment that you'd say, hey, this would be great to do pre-batch?
You like Kirk, who's also leading the charge on this at Project Zero, he, at least at the moment or previously, he was pulling it all by hand. So if you have an espresso machine, you don't have to buy a new one. Just use your espresso machine, pull it by hand, pull it into a jar, or like I did, sneak into cups under your espresso machine. Like
the poor dude, I saw it. Was he getting up at like 3 a.m. in the morning to like meet the demand of like making
He's
these
literally
shots?
the hardest working man in coffee.
Meanwhile, you just got your Eversys beep, boop, beep, beep, beep.
Yep.
And you did it with a Uber milk?
Yes. Okay. So
how did that go? And would you do that again?
I want to give a shout out to the Barista Group guys. They are legends. They have been so patient with me. I'm so annoying because I'm like, I want to do this. And they're like, you probably shouldn't do that. I'm like, I'm going to do this. And they're like, okay, but just so you know, you probably shouldn't do it. But they've been super generous and really kind. I'm sure I avoided the warranty on my Uber Milk Plus 2 times over. The milk side is fine. I've got to say, though, the original Uber Milk 1.0 works perfectly for milk. It's so good. It's just kind of bulky and ugly. It sits on your counter. This Uber Milk Plus looks so good. But depending on how the fat concentration of the milk, it actually doesn't work great for latte art. It comes out very viscous if you have a high fat concentration of Jersey milk like we use. If you use other milks, it works perfectly. But in takeaway cups, I'm sure it's fine. But for the espresso side of things, it has actually functioned pretty well for the most part. Granted, we got it installed in December, so we're not like terribly far into using it. I feel like it might break soon. Yeah. So we've had a line leakage because of it been getting blocked by the filter getting blocked.
Because obviously, if you're doing pre-batch espresso, unlike a concentrate, there's particles in it, right?
Particles,
there's little bits
and
of
we're still
coffee.
we're using a 50 micron strainer to strain the espresso, which fun side effect. It created such a cleaner, sweeter taste.
Oh.
So now I just prefer all my espresso strained through a 50 micron little filter. But we were doing it for the purpose of not breaking the machine. But it still might be breaking the machine slowly.
Yeah.
So again, I cannot recommend you use an Uber Milk Plus for dispensing espresso, but I'm here at Mice, and there's so many other machines, dispensers that are coming on the market right now. The Barista Group has got one that's coming from Korea. Coffee Quip's got the Link Bar, One Touch thing. They've got the Marco poured. There's so many things coming on the market. So it's like, just choose the device that works best for you.
And with the success of this, I'm sure all these companies are looking at it going, oh God, here's something we need to get on top of.
We need to develop that equipment,
so
develop those solutions.
If you are a developer or a product maker, you need to get on board with pre-batch espresso like now and make sure that your equipment can handle it, because everyone's going to start using your equipment whether you like it or not, and they're going to void the warranty whether you like it or not. They're going to start using your equipment for pre-batch espresso. So you just need to get on board and start testing it yourselves at the factory level. And I'm happy to be a brand ambassador.
Live message.
Just dropping words. Newsflash. Okay, let's zoom back out from the batch espresso, because I know that is one major component of your testing at Beta. And that sounds like overall, I'd say it's been a success.
It's a huge success.
Much yummy.
So successful. And I just want to say too, like, because we have pre-batch espresso and because we have automation like the Eversys Legacy, I have only had to employ 2 to 3 people on like per shift. Like, it really should be taking 4 or 5 people per shift to do everything that we're doing. But like, so like instant savings of $70,000 to $140,000 a year. It's crazy.
Yeah. So business operators take note for sure.
Like, the only reason I'm alive financially today is because of automation and pre-batch espresso.
And I do like the speed side of it. I saw some people coming in and doing like some Instagram reels and TikToks of like the time.
Yeah.
What was it? Like 10 seconds, 11 seconds or something?
Yeah. I mean, look, for a quick piccolo with no latte art, 10 seconds, sure. A latte, 6 ounce, it's probably like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But
what would that, if you're, getting the milk out of the fridge, grinding, doing it, puck press, you're probably looking at like,
an hour at least.
An hour, exactly. It's
That's
a
a
huge
big
comparison.
time saving. All right, but I want to hear about the failures, Chris.
Yep.
Because this is the beauty of this.
So many failures.
All right, we've all said, pre-batch has been working well, tasting great.
Yep.
What's gone wrong at Beta? What did you throw against the wall and it just slid down in a mess?
Yep. Okay, so our mode of operating, like, we have to figure out, like, we don't have station positions, we don't have like anything in it, because there's not like a person on shots, a person on milk. It's just kind of like whoever gets to it first, and here's the dispenser, and we need someone to keep emptying the hopper and stuff. But I think it's just like our systems broke, and so it's just about finding the right systems to deal with volume. Again, when we're having maybe 100 customers a day, it's fine to just ad hoc it, but
I would say, it's very different because you're doing that as a test. Just looking at systems, I know from like working a few cafes, I saw the owners, I'd go from to cafe, and each one, you just get that little bit better.
Yep.
I think people are getting pretty good at it now. Obviously not from your side, but if you're looking at starting a cafe, go to the best cafes in your area and look at how they're running their bar and what the process is of where things are. It's so important, all that placement.
Yep. But here's the thing. At Beta, we're just like little kids who want to play and try things. And so when you put rules and systems, our tendency is to be like, but what if I cross that line?
What if I break it?
Can I cross that line? Can I step over? I think I'm just gonna step over real quick.
But then you make it better.
But then we come up with these discoveries and these things, happy accidents that happen. So it's like, there are so many times that not having systems creates so much chaos. Again, I'm sorry, staff, but it also leaves room for these amazing discoveries. So, I don't know. It's.
So systems. What about? Was there anything outside of pre-batch that's been like a test that you're loving?
Okay,
that's worked really well.
I think just the fact that we can just using the Eversys Legacy to just brew in ways that we shouldn't be brewing.
Yeah.
So we're brewing at lower temperatures. Also with we still have a espresso on the counter, which is amazing. And we modded our EK with LeBrew Hyperburst and a LeBrew Carrier. That was wild. And thank you, Owen, for recommending that. But
can you explain to people quickly what that is?
Yeah, so the LeBrew Hyperbursts are just a burst set that you can replace. We had SSP bursts, which were amazing. And all of our shots were running 12 to 18 seconds. Granted, we're using filter roasted coffee for our espresso. So it's just a preference, but it's lighter, fruitier, more wild. So our shots are running at 12 to 18 seconds already with the SSP bursts. Now with the LeBrew Hyperburst, our shots immediately drop to 8 seconds. All of them, just
8-second extractions.
So all of our shots are 8, maybe 9 seconds if we push it.
So maybe not an hour for a coffee now.
And again, it's filter roasted coffee, so it's flying through already. But the LeBrew Hyperbursts are so uniform as far as the grinds. It's incredible. So those are flying through. That was a happy accident as well. We're just trying different burst sets, and we're 8 seconds. This can't be good, and it's magic. It's so yummy. So good.
The coffees were so good when I came in, by the way. It's so great. And I will say my experience with the pre-batch, just from the honest side of it, I definitely could tell the difference when you do it. It just comes down to a preference thing for me.
Yes.
Both were delicious.
Yeah.
The one that was fresh, that kind of crema hitting through, there was like a little bit maybe more bitterness, bit more like texture in it. The other one was like much cleaner, much sweeter, more integrated, the milk and the espresso in the flavor. So, I'm not sitting here looking at pre-batch going, for me personally, there's no difference at all. It's just like, both are good. What do you like? And what do
Exactly.
you
And
want to
that's
try?
100%.
Jack Simpson just won the World Barista Championships, technically making him the best barista in the world.
But I have a question for you. He used Riverina Fresh milk. He flew it from Melbourne to Milan. Does that make Riverina Fresh the best milk in the world?
I'm not quite
You
sure.
heard it here first. Riverina Fresh is the best milk in the world.
Well, look, it certainly received some great scores from the judges. And thanks to the team at Riverina, who are kind sponsors of the podcast, they have arranged a sweet deal.
In Australia, you can get a free trial delivered to your cafe right now and serve up the same milk as the World Barista Champion. Just visit riverinafresh.com.au and sign up for your free trial. That's riverinafresh.com.au.
So when people come in, they're like, I just want a traditional espresso. We're like, great. Let's pull you fresh out of the house. Great.
Yeah.
And they're happy. We're happy. We're not anti that as a product. It's just a personal preference, you know? So
Yeah.
So we said before, you run the 13th best cafe in the world.
Yeah.
But what have been your biggest mistakes since opening?
I keep saying is this system. It's like not having systems in place. And again, it's easy when you're small and you're not doing that much volume, but as you start to grow, it's really hard.
It feels like this is very poignant right now that you're 3 times as busy as you were before with that title that you're like, the systems would be nice.
Yes.
Yay for success.
Yes. Yes.
So, well, Chris, I know this is actually your first cafe of your own.
First one.
Right?
Yep.
So a lot of learnings, and then you decided to do everything completely different to a normal cafe. So what would be a couple of your top tips for someone who's looking to open their first cafe? Not necessarily the same as yours, but what were some of the things you learned that you think would be useful for people?
Like the thing that with AI, with technology, with all this stuff going on, with automation taking barista job, like the thing that will never be lost is people's desire to connect with other people. So I think the huge success of beta has been seeing automation free the barista to focus on hospitality. And that is actually, I'm sure, you can get a yummy coffee in so many places in Sydney. Surrey Hills is loaded with places. Our neighbors, Single O, they're on the top 100 list as well. They're you can get great coffee anywhere, but you can't get great hospitality everywhere because sometimes it's just these quick takeaway spots that is kind of just pumping through. And I think humans just really want to connect with humans, and even more so as we get into an age of AI and technology and isolation and work from home and all these things. And so what automation has allowed us to do is to focus on connection, and that I think that's what's driven our success. We have good coffee. I love our coffee, but it's our hospitality and our ability and willingness to make space and time to connect that I think that's driving most of our success.
And I concur. When I came in, I think what you would expect good hospitality is in a cafe at the moment is the person came out promptly, they were kind, they knew what was on the menu, they could give me a recommendation, and that's good hospitality. Your hospitality was, obviously you know me, so it's different, but you came out, you were testing out, you were like, try this one next to it. And I was like, oh, this is just because he knows me. Then this well-known restaurateur came in and sat down from us, and then you did the exact same thing. You sat down with them, you had something behind the bar, you were like, give this one a try. And that's where hospitality goes to the next level because you're offering a different coffee experience. Some people might not like things, or they might, but you're right there talking to them and you're like, oh, that's not your thing? I've got the thing for you then. Try this. So the hospitality was through the roof. And that kind of leads me into the next thing that I wanted to ask you about. And I guess you kind of answered it there, but is there anything else on the hospitality you've been offering? Has automation really allowed you to step out in the way that you wanted to?
Yeah, automation, but just our desire and the ethos of the shop to test ideas, we get to bring the customers in on the tests. And that's the fun of it. Because when you're like, I'm gonna mix this with this, or I'm gonna try this at this ratio, and you're like, oh, it worked. That's crazy. someone, we were just like looking around the shop for anyone to share it with. It's like, do you guys want to try here? Let's get some like hot. We're always washing like 100 little tasting cups. So they're just like, here, share, try. And so like that's been the joy and fun of it is we're free time wise to go and interact with the customer and share the drinks, but like because there's no more rules, we're just trying things, and when it blows our minds, we just can't help but share it with anyone who's in the shop.
And what a good bit of education. Imagine being in a shop and you're trying a drink and you start making suggestions for what to put into the emphasis. Be like, hey, could I actually try it like cooler?
Yep.
Like, can we drop the temp on that? Yeah, absolutely we can. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
And you're letting them discover and learn and be a part of that process. There's like a whole creative principle about whenever you communicate with someone or create a piece of art, that it's like never finish the circle. Leave the circle open so the person consuming it can close that gap. And that kind of feels like what you're applying here in the cafe, where people are a part of the whole process and the whole test.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that what we've seen from some of the leading kind of cafe operators around the world when we talk to them is this perfect Venn diagram, little spot of like humility, knowledge, and excitement, where you're like, I'm pumped about this. I want to share it with you, but also I might make mistakes. It might be different. And then also, I know my stuff about this coffee. I'm going to take you on a journey.
Yeah.
And that magic that comes in for hospitality when a customer experiences that, I feel like can be super powerful.
Yes. Yeah.
I wanted to ask though, obviously a lot of what you're doing at Beta is kind of changing how your staff must see themselves and their role, and how the customers kind of experience that traditional space of coffee preparation or the barista role.
Yep.
How have you helped them navigate like rethinking what their position is in the cafe?
I have just been so lucky so far that the guys that have been working for me have like come preloaded with that desire to be hospitable. Most of them are like hospo legends in and of themselves. And those who haven't come from a coffee background still have hospitality. And so it's like everyone came preloaded with amazing hospitality. So I didn't actually have to, I just got to free them to do what they do naturally.
Yeah.
I've been very lucky.
Now, I want to ask you something that you brought up last time you were on. $7 for a regular takeaway coffee. So the industry is still trying to fight around this $5 to $6 mark. You said, I'm going to take one for the industry. I'm going to charge $7. I think you might have even said maybe $8. And I want to know, did you take that one for the industry and set the price for regular at $7?
What? Okay, look, if I remember the podcast correctly.
Oh, he's backtracking.
No, we
already.
have it on audio. Someone fact check us. But I think I said people are charging $5. I think it should be $7 or $8, and I'm probably going to meet somewhere in the middle between my fear and what it should be. And so we settled on $6 for a small and $8 for a large. And so I.
Hey, I think that's, you average that out. That is the $7. Yeah.
Look, I still have a little fear, obviously, but and maybe I'll need to raise it sometime in the future. But like, we're like the most expensive coffee, in that parameter. Maybe like one of the most expensive small coffees in the city.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so scary.
Yeah.
And no one is doing $8 for a large. Like, that's crazy. And we're not doing 12 ounces. It's 6 and 10 ounce.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't Melbourne style.
And I think this is
shots fired.
Good. Oh my God, here we go. I was just about to say, for our international audience as well, just to contextualize this, we're talking about takeaway kind of coffees predominantly,
Yep.
milk-based espresso blends. That's the norm in Australia.
It's like a flat
And you're
white
saying
and a 6 ounce
Yep.
cup is like the regular.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a huge debate here around that price point.
Sitting like
Probably
$4
sitting
or
around
$5.
Yeah, because look, Melbourne is typically 8 and 12 ounce. Sydney is typically, it can have that, but also 6 and 10 ounce. There's a lot floating around Sydney.
Yeah.
So
And no tips in Australia. So
No
these
tips.
prices that we're talking about are in Australian dollars, generally just straight up paid for
Yep.
that. Yeah. And so, okay, I want to talk about financials. I want to
Aye.
get down to the business. If you're okay to answer this,
my
feel
books are
free.
open to you, Ben.
Cool. Oh, and
That was
and
so
to our audience
suggestive.
here,
Here's the password to my bank account.
How much did it actually cost to start Beta? Come on, give us a number.
it was-
or at least a ballpark.
But ballparking about 200.
$200,000. And was that all inclusive, like fit out,
reno,
equipment,
everything. We were
branding,
That's actually
website.
pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we went fairly cheap on branding, website, and all that kind of stuff.
You were
And
lean. You were going in lean. I remember I went in a couple of months or something before Rowan.
I was
fit
so
out.
naive. I was like, let's try to keep it under 100,000.
Yeah.
Let's try to. But
your partner did the amazing design work.
And that's
right?
also the thing. So it's not realistic pricing because like she volunteered her time.
Add another 100K for your interior designer.
Exactly.
They deserve it.
Yes, Jess Maybury Interiors. She crushed
Hey,
it.
there we go. All right, so we're kind of talking 200, 250,000. What's the size of beta?
Okay,
Just for
this was
people's
so
reference.
dumb. Okay, maybe this was
Square meters.
It's not a mistake, but it could be a financial mistake. But like, it's been so beautiful. So it's 200 square meters. It's huge. Only 40 square meters is making money right now. Everything else is just for hosting, and just like we've got couches. It's like such a beautiful, amazing vibe in the back.
Oh, and you held like events with
So
like
we do
Bro
pop-ups,
Bros
we do events, it's this amazing community hub, and it's been so beautiful and so special. And I'm just like, financially, this was so dumb, but socially, this is everything I hoped for, and I'm so happy, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So it's I wouldn't recommend it financially, but socially.
Is the kitchen running yet? It wasn't running when I was there.
It's just for pop-ups. So I will beta will
you'll
never use the kitchen.
Oh, I thought you were going to get it going.
No. So what we want to do is we want to have a kitchen because I needed freedom to just try anything, to beta test ideas. And I'm like, I bet there's chefs out there that want to do the same. So we're just opening our kitchen for any chef that is like, I just have this idea. I want to do a
Chefs
pop-up.
listening in.
Yeah.
If you're in Sydney or even Australia,
Any
anywhere,
cooks, come
anywhere
on
in the
through.
world.
But it's just like, we just want to create a space of pure freedom where they can do anything, try anything, and they can have their name on it. Like, it's not like, well, that's a beta dish now. You know, it's like, no, this is you do a pop-up, you do your thing.
Okay, so sorry.
Yeah, no, please go.
Oh, well, the framework here then is you started up. You've got a 200 square meter space, a bit of seating, bit of hosting. Cost you 250,000 to set up. You're 6 months in.
Yep.
You're doing pretty much predominantly coffee service with some pastries, right?
Just
not a
coffee,
major
and
food.
in the last few weeks, we've started to have, just on the weekends, home croissanterie,
Okay.
one of my favorites in Sydney.
Okay, so 6 months in, how are the financials looking now?
I can't stress enough, I'm not a business guy, I'm a vibes guy. So when I purchase coffee, I'm like, do we have money in the bank account? Great. I'll just use that to buy coffee, and not thinking about the other things. Because I'm like, oh, that coffee's a little expensive. It's so
dear.
yummy.
He wasn't lying about the businessman thing.
No. So do not follow my lead. But what I'm trying to say is we've done really well. We have owing about $35,000 left.
Oh,
Great.
that's huge. So in like
it's-
6 months, you've wiped out.
Yeah, we started August, so it's like 7, 8 months ish. But yeah, but we've done pretty well. It started very slow. But after the list came out, like literally just kind of doubled overnight, and so that's been great. But also your costs double overnight too. So it's not like now I'm rolling up in my
That's how
Bentley.
that growth works, Chris. just good learning.
Yeah,
I mean,
figuring it out.
it sounds like it's been super successful. I'm just laughing about the visibility of how did that success happen? What went on there? But if you're paying down debt like that, then obviously the profitability of the model is working really well.
It is, and I think it still feels very hard because even after we're on this global ranking and all this stuff, like we're still living paycheck to paycheck because we're just trying to pay down the debt. So it's like it's still really tight. And when I purchase some coffee, I'm just like in my head I was like, sorry, Jess. We'll just be a little short on food this week, but this is.
They've got coffee there. You can munch some beans.
But over a month, I'll be able to sell this coffee, make a profit on it. It'll be great, But anyway.
So can I just ask, how did you kind of set up the financials wanting to do it? Let's say we've got Legend Barista working somewhere. They're like, I want to open my own shop one day. How much did you have saved? How much was a loan? Like, what do you think the kind of financials are for someone to really kick it off?
To really kick it off, just take. I think everyone says this, so this isn't a unique quote.
It's all right.
But it's like take whatever you think you're going to spend and double it.
Yeah.
And just have that in savings. And then I would recommend triple it. So then you have all this like livable income. You've got your bonus costs. So as things go over price and over time and over budget and all that stuff, you've got this pool of money to pull from. But it doesn't touch your kind of living budget. So just have your living budget kind of set first. But then look, who's going to have triple the amount? Like, we're just little baristas. We don't have money when we start things. Like, we're crazy. Like, anyone who opens a coffee shop and isn't like just like a millionaire is like, I just want a cafe that has my name on it, and just so I can have coffee for free. Are you like,
Yep.
But people who are passionate and care, they usually don't have much cash. And so it's like to tell them to have triple the amount. It's like, that's impossible for most people. So it's like, man, just get a really small place, I would say, but get something that, like, if you have passion and you have dreams and you care so much, like, you're going to be okay. So just go for it.
Yeah.
And don't come to me when you don't have any more money. but just chase your freaking
His phone
dreams.
number is
like,
0421
like, if you actually care and you actually have passion and you actually this is what you want to do, just go for it. And just
Agree.
try. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I love it.
I can also just do just a little sidebar. I mentioned we're sitting here at the Melbourne International Coffee Expo doing this. The podcast booth is such a funny setup because we're sitting here with microphones. All these people keep walking by and stopping as if like, I want to listen to this, but no one can hear us.
That's
We're
true.
too far away. There needs to be like some little speakers or something.
I can start yelling
going.
into the
Yeah,
mic
we can start
if you-
yelling
Just
really
project
loudly.
it out.
Sorry, Liam.
Now, you're someone with a million ideas. Obviously, the one that you were excited about was pre-batched espresso. Are you a one-hit wonder, or is there a few more in the chamber? What are you excited about? Do you have any more tests that you're wanting to crank out?
So many more tests. Here's the thing, though. Okay, I'm as I said, I'm not a business person. I don't understand scaling and contracts and real estate and all these angel investing, and so there's a lot of opportunities on the table right now, and my brain is so fuzzy and foggy. Just running a shop, I'm just like, I don't need, and people are like, try this. You got to move on to your success. You gotta try this. Here, open here. I'm just like, and I just like throw my phone down and run away for a little bit, and because like it's so overwhelming and so stressful to like make these quick, really big decisions, and I've also been accused of just like blurting out all my ideas, and then my friends who care about me are just like, you can't just tell everyone your idea because then they'll go do it.
I love it. I love that. Share the
I'm
love, share the
excited.
ideas.
So
Yep.
I just like, I've got so many ideas, but one of them is to start, to take what we know now. Well, okay, one more test is what we're doing. I'm taking a lot of the equipment that I'm seeing here at Mice. We're getting loaners of it and making a fake or just like a temporary brew bar in the back of Beta just to test equipment on.
Oh, cool.
And so we're going to test these dispensers as a final kind of like, because I think I might break the Uber milk ultimately. So,
That's cheap.
yeah.
That's a cheap test.
No problem. Thanks, Jamie.
I think at the end of this, don't listen to any financial advice from this podcast.
If you want some experimental
take the
creative,
inspiration
yeah.
and the creation.
Yes, 100%. Find a decent business person and listen to them. This is edutainment, not financial advice. But I think, so one of the things I want to do is find the right dispenser and then just get a 3x3 on George Street or somewhere in the CBD and just start these little pump stations, and to see, because like my venue isn't doing like high volume. We're doing like 30 kilos a week right now or something like that, which is good, but it's not like CBD, we're like 80 kilos, 100 kilos. I'm like, I want to see this thing in action. I want to see pre-batch like push to its absolute limits. So I'm dreaming of a spot in the CBD in Sydney somewhere. So we'll see what happens with that. And then if that works, just like see if we can like rinse and repeat it and just go global. But do it like no one has ever scaled and not seen quality decrease.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to see let's try scaling, but with quality matching. Increasing. Sorry. And so it's like, yes, why not scale with increasing quality? And everyone will say, that's impossible. I'm like, yes, probably. Let's try. So I don't know. That's one dream.
Yeah.
So many dreams.
I love it. I think we're going to have to do regular trips up to Beta just to go and drink some coffee and check out what's on bar at the moment. Well, I think there's some great ideas there to trigger off the creative thinking for everyone listening along. Did you want to do a shout out? I feel like you have done a few shout outs.
Again,
share some love out there.
Number one, my wife, Jess Maybury, for putting up with so much crap and investing literally her life savings, like all of the money she earned from her business just got dumped into beta and was just being tested away. And so I'm so sorry and thank you for your patience.
You got your sugar
and I
mama
love
over
you.
there.
Yeah.
That's a partner.
And so and could not do without her. She is so patient most of the time. And
one little.
and then my team. Gosh, like Adam, it pretty much there since the beginning. It just so gracious with me. Jeremy, who's just recently come on board, our systems guy. John, he is legendary. He's running Slurps Up Sydney, and he is our community coordinator. I just give people.
All right, we said one shout out. All right,
I just give
there's enough
people
shout
official
outs.
titles,
Calm
but
down.
anyway.
Play him off Oscars style.
Yeah,
Finish it up
and
there.
finally one last one to the It's Just Coffee
Oh,
family.
there you go. We'll give him
Love
that
you
one.
guys.
That is beautiful.
Fly back at you, buddy.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and coming and see
Thanks
us
for
in
having
Mice. We're definitely going to be, I think this is like a 6-monthly catch up.
I think so.
Just to see where things are, what the
Bi-weekly.
next tests are.
Yeah, whatever.
See how that scaling with quality going up is going.
Let's try.
And even just a little teaser, we might see it out. So Adam, who works with you, actually called. He's maybe going to go on and start his own venture.
Yes, like
In-
bittersweet.
mystery
Yeah, we're
behind the
losing Adam,
world.
but he's gonna go open a coffee shop in the south of France.
And he actually called me and he's like, if you want completely unfiltered what it's like to start a cafe in another country, do that. We might do like a couple episodes with him kind of showing that journey and that process.
Yeah, you
So
got to.
From barista to doing that. The dude worked on super yachts.
Yep.
And then was like, I want to get into coffee, moved to Australia. Now
Classic
he's
move.
going back to the south of France to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. That was so insightful and inspirational.
Yep.
As always, if you want to write in, if you got any suggestions for guests, you can hit us up at hello@itsjustcoffeepod.com or on the socials at It's Just Coffee Podcast. And Ben actually called me before this and he had a little request. He goes like, he wanted us to do a little something at the end of the pod that goes a little like this. Lean on me when you're not strong.
I did
I'll
not
be
request
your
this.
friend.
I did not request
I'll
this.
help you
Carry on for you, Ben.
on for it won't
Someone
be
carry me
long
out. But it's so
till
beautiful.
I'm gonna
Coffee,
need
people. Coffee.
somebody to lean on. Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful. We'll see you next time, everyone. Woo!
Today's episode is sponsored by our friends at Apex Lab.
If you listen to this podcast, you know Apex Lab mineral concentrates.
Yeah, these are the products that are used by world champions to unlock the full potential of their coffees.
But they've actually just released a new crazy product called Conflux. This is water that's been hit with ultra low frequency electromagnetic waves.
It does sound crazy, but I actually saw some competitors use this technology at the World Barista Championships.
Look, I thought it sounded ridiculous, but till we did some tests here in the office, I could actually taste the difference. There was more body, there was more sweetness. And hey, if you're a critic or you're skeptical, I dare you to try it. See if there's a difference or not.
Yep. Visit apexlab.com and you be the judge.